Okay, so question number 7. Here are 2 ways of having a car for a year. Now you can buy and sell, so you buy the car for 12 grand and you sell it for 10 grand after 1 year. Now I'm sure you can see there that after 1 year you would have paid £2,000. If you rent the car, the normal price is £195 a month, but they've got a special offer on of 15% off. Okay, so buy and sell equals 12,000 minus 10,000 equals £2,000 paid. Okay, so in one line we can write that. Now if we rent the car, okay, now there's 2 ways of doing this. What we could do is, we know this is per month, so we could go 195 multiplied by 12, find out what that is, and then find 15% off, or we can find 15% of this and then multiply that by 12. Okay, so that's the route that I would go down. So to rent the car would be 195 minus 15%. Okay, so that would equal, now because this is a calculator paper, we can go 195, divide this by 100, divide by 100 equals 195, and we can multiply that by 15 and we get 29.25. Okay, so I would write here 15% of 195, 15% of 195 equals 29.25. So 195 minus 29.25 equals, so now 195 minus 29.25 equals 165.75, 165.75. Okay, so I can say here now that 195 minus 15% is 165.75. Okay, and that's pounds. Now you could say, well, why are you writing all this down? Okay, on the question here it has an asterisk. That asterisk means that they want to see everything that you're doing. Even if it's on the calculator paper, they want to see everything that you're doing. Okay, so you have to write everything down. Okay, so this is what you'll be paying each month. So 165.75 multiplied by 12 equals, so we multiply this by 12 and we get 1098. So we get 1989. So 1989, and that would be per year. Okay, now we go back to the question to make sure we answer the question. So which way is cheaper? Well, if we buy and sell, it costs us 2,000. If we rent, with that discount we get 15% off. We only pay this. So we can say renting is cheaper and that will answer that question. Okay, you could say renting is cheaper by what, and you can say by £11. Okay, but you need to put everything step by step, stage by stage, so examiners can see and to get these full 5 marks. Okay, so I'll pause it there and we'll go to the next question. Okay, so question 8a. A speed camera takes 2 photographs of a car. So photograph 1, it's at this point. Photograph 2, it's at this point. Okay, and they staggered the measurements by 0.6 meter sections. So the question says photograph 2 was taken 0.5 seconds after photograph 1. Marks on the road are 0.6 meters apart, well, we can see that. Calculate the average speed of the car in meters per second. Okay, so between photograph 1 and 2 being taken, half a second passed. So we need to find how far it travels. So we can say in 0.5 seconds the car travels let's go back. Okay, so it's travelled from there to there. So it's travelled 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 lots of 0.6. So 9 multiplied by 0.6. Now you would do this on your calculator, but I can tell you 4.5 meters. So in 0.5 seconds the car travels 4.5 meters. So in 1 second that would equal 4.5 multiplied by 2, because if it's travelled that distance in half a second, it's going to travel twice the distance in 1 second. So this would be 9 meters, and that would be in 1 second. So that would be 9 meters per second. Okay, so again, I know you could probably work this out in your head, but you must show your workings. Okay, so I'll pause and we go to the next question. Okay, so 8b, you are given that 1 kilometre is 1,000 metres and that 1 hour is 3,600 seconds. Okay, So a lorry is travelling at 13.6 metres per second. The speed limit is 50 kilometres an hour. Show that the lorry is travelling beneath the speed limit. So we want to show that it's travelling beneath the speed limit. Okay, so all we've got to do is convert metres per second to kilometres an hour. Okay, a lot simpler than you think probably. Now if this lorry travelled 13.6 metres every second, in 2 seconds it would have travelled twice the distance. In 3 seconds, 3 times the distance. Yeah? So in 1 hour it would have travelled 3,600 times this distance. So if we say that 13.6 multiplied by 3,600, okay, let's just change the thickness of the pen, then this will tell us how far, if he was constantly driving for an hour, how far he would have travelled. So 13.6 multiplied by 3,600 would give us 48960. So we would get 48960, and that would be meters per hour. Okay, we've just changed the time. So this should make sense. If he travels this far in a second, he's going to travel this many times more in an hour. Okay, but they want kilometers per hour. So this, we know 1,000 meters is a kilometer. So we need to divide this by 1,000 to get kilometers an hour. So 48960 divided by 1,000 will give us kilometers an hour. Okay. Now without using the calculator, I know that the decimal point is going to move back 3 times. So I would get 48.96. You could put the 0 if you want, but trailing zeros have no value, and this will be kilometers per hour. Okay, so here we've converted the time to hours, and then we've converted meters to seconds. Okay, so we can see here that he's travelling less than the 500 kilometers an hour. So I mean, we don't have to do this, but I could say that 48.96 kilometers per hour is less than 50 kilometers per hour. You don't have to put that in, but I'm just making a statement there. Okay, so question 9. A tank contains 0.6 cubic meters of water. The water is used to fill pots. Each pot can hold 1,250 centimeters of water. How many pots can be filled? Okay, so what we need to do is convert this 0.6 meters cubed into centimeters cubed. Now if I just explain this, if we have, let's say we have a cube, this is going to be a very scruffy drawing, but let's say we have a cube, it's not too bad, and that's 1 meter by 1 meter by 1 meter. So 1 times 1 times 1 is 1, so the volume of this is 1 cubic meter. Okay, you wouldn't do this in the exam, I'm just trying to help you understand the question. Now, if I just convert this to centimetres, so 1 metre is 100 centimetres, this would also be 100 and this would be 100. Okay, this would be the same cube but in centimetres, so it would be 100 times 100 times 100. So this will give me 1 and then 6 zeros, centimetres cubed. Okay, now the reason I tell you this is because people think changing centimetres cubed to metres cubed means that you just move the decimal point back twice because there's 100 centimetres, but we're talking about cubes here. So because we get 1 million centimetres cubed equals 1 metre cubed, it means that we move our decimal point back 6 places. Okay, so the first thing I need to do is convert 0.6 meters cubed to centimeters cubed. Okay, so that would mean 0.6 multiplied by 1 million. Okay, so I'm hoping that this explanation makes it a bit more apparent to you. Now you can use your calculator for this, but the decimal point will move back 6 places. So this will give me 6 with 5 zeros. Okay, because the decimal point moves from here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this is centimeters cubed. Okay, now we know that how many pots can be filled, we have the same units. So it would just be 600,000 centimeters cubed divided by 1,250 centimeters cubed. Okay, and that you would use your calculator for. So we have 6 divided by 1250, and that would give us an answer of 480 pots. Okay, so that would be your answer. So here we have 2 different units of measurement, so you need to convert one of these. Okay, I could have converted this one, but it's easier to convert this one, and if you understand this concept, then it becomes very, very simple, and you can see here that all you're doing is dividing this into the centimetre cubed equivalent. Okay, so I hope that's helped, and I hope I've explained it well enough for you to understand. And I'll stop there and I'll move on to the next set of questions.